Hi guys, how are you today? Today I'm going to show you how to play the Scotch game because this is the game that I love to play. So for this game, we're going to be starting with the white piece. So we're going to go e4, and black responds with e5. Then, of course, we will need to play for the Scotch gambit knight to f3. So now we're gonna play knight to f3, and they have to respond with knight to f5, f6. So now they're just gonna play that. So this is the Scotch game. So now we're gonna play. For the Scotch game, we also need to play pawn to d4. So now we're gonna play that. And for the Scotch, the most common response is to take. So let's say they take. And now what we do? What do we do now? We can get our bishop here. Let's play that. And then let's say they play. Let's say they play knight to knight to the sixth rank. So let's do that now. So if they play this, they're attacking your pawn, right? But you can't defend this. You cannot defend your pawn with this knight. Obviously, you can't. If you play this, they're simply gonna take. But you still play it, okay? In that next, we do not take back. Like most of the people will just take back like this because they think like black is going to take, right? Yeah, but it's okay. So now we're going to take this. Yeah, not taking. We're going to go pawn to e5. So now pawn to e5 attacks the knight, as you can see over here. It attacks knight. So if they play this, we're going to simply go bishop to bishop to d3. And that's a very common move, to be honest. So let's go there. And most of the people you see are going to play this. You take, they take, and now they're attacking a piece. Go here. And most of the people you see is going to take, so they'll do that, obviously. And now we're going to take. Now we take it. And now this knight is attacked. Now we need a tempo because the knight has to go here, there, and they can't go here, or we're just gonna take. And they can't go there because we're just gonna take. So let's say they go there. So they go there. And now we just simply continue development, but now we need to castle. Let's do that. So now we castled. And now, do you think we should play e3 and waste the tempo? Obviously not. We're going to play bishop. Why is this not working? Oh yeah, it's black move. So now black it will be a big blunder to do it. This queen to g5. That's a very bad move, to be honest, because if it would be awesome if this bishop was not controlling the square. It would have been awesome. So that's definitely a blunder. So instead black has to play that. So now black plays here. And now what we're going to do is an amazing move. Queen here. Why is this amazing? Because you're doubling on this diagonal. So that's what we do. And if your opponent is a good player, he's gonna think my literally my two pieces here are literally not developed and my knight is not doing anything. So why don't I just get rid of my knight? That's what they'll think if they're a good player. You're thinking, what is this? Literally, they let get your pawn out of this doubled file. You know, these this two was doubled. What is this? But this is a very good move for black because now they're going to simply do the development, pawn here, bishop out, and it's a good position, right? Yeah, but we do not take. We don't take this knight, or he is in a good position. So we play this. They take. Now you realize that like this queen and the king is on the same file for our rook to come here. So we need to get rid of these pawns. So what we're going to do now is we're going to play this. We're going to take with the queen. We can let the fact that our two pawns are doubled. We have to let that. I don't know why, but it's good. So if they play this, that's the most common response right now. We take this. We take this. And now they're gonna play this. No, that's dumb, right? They're gonna play this. So what we're gonna do? We're gonna play this. Like our pawn here. Yes or no? Of course, we will. So now what is he gonna do? He cannot go here. Let me draw the arrow, that's better. He can't go here. He can't go here. He can go here, right? Yeah, so he's gonna play that. Now we try this. If he takes, it's pretty dumb, so let him be. So now let's suppose he's a bad player and he does not remove his queen by playing this or something, He does not remove the queen from being on this file. So let's say he just wants to move the bishop next. He wants to do this. He wants to do this. Let's say. So he plays that. Now what do? You do this move. It's a good move, very good move. And now they want to castle, so obviously they're going to play that. And now we're going to play our rook here. So now they want to castle, so they're going to do this now. But most of the beginners I see they want to castle this side. So they castle. Why? Yeah, they need to castle, but the king moved in the beginning. No, they didn't. Why am I not able to castle? Castling is allowed here. Oh, I don't know why it's not able to castle. Just imagine this king castled, okay? Just imagine. But now your opponent didn't castle for now. So we need to get rid of this bishop. We need to get rid of it. So now, let's say he plays this attack. Now he cannot move here because we would take, and then his queen has to take, and his king is horrible over here. You see? So let's just say he plays that. It's not bad actually. So let's say now the most obvious move is to take back. So he does that. Now we play. We blended the queen. Obviously, no, we don't have to do that. What we're simply going to do is we're going to give up this pawn. He takes. And now we're going to attack the queen. Uh, it's obviously a big blunder to go here because the pawn is simply going to take. If you go here, it's not such a big blunder. So let's say he moves it there. Now, we don't offer trade of queens because that would be horrible. So instead, take this pawn. If he attacks, it's a horrible move, obviously. Take. Let's go back. Let's say he plays this. What are you gonna do? So now what you're gonna do is you're gonna take this pawn. Now, next what he should play is simply you see this king in the center. He should simply try to bring all of his pieces to do this because we have the queen, rook, rook, and a couple of pawns. Oh, sorry, that's not a pawn. So, couple of pawns. So, that's what he should be doing. So, let's say he plays this. This is a good move because you're trying to like, push the pawn, get the bishop back, and then get the queen back, like to here or something, offering exchange of queens. Why is it not coming here? The arrow. But you know what I mean, right? This square. This arrow is not coming back to this square, so I'm gonna make a circle. So now let's say that you want to exchange rooks. This is the best move. So if he exchanges this, you got your advantage because now your pawns are not doubled. And now what your opponent wants to be doing is doing this because he wants to get his bishop back, like here. Then slowly his queen needs to come here. Why is that not coming anyways? I'm gonna just circle it. Offering a exchange of queens, we're not gonna do that. So now we're gonna push the pawn. We're trying to get another queen. Now he can't move his king. We don't want him to be in stalemate, right? So if he plays this, we go here, check. He'll go here, check. He only has this square and that square, obviously, that one. Now we can give him this pawn, he can take it, but now, but now we can play this. Is it a blunder? Let's see. No, obviously. It's a blunder because the queen will just take it if we move our rook there. It's just gonna take. So we're just gonna play this. Now he's literally hopeless in this position. If he plays this, we simply give a check here, winning the queen, as you can see. If the king moves here, we simply take the queen, right? So now he needs to move his king here because there's no other mover here also. So move, we get the queen, but we're not going to take the queen. We want to get rid of this rook to get our second queen. So now he moves for black. I have to say, if you're playing with black in this position, you're hopeless of winning. So now we need to give black a few more moves, right? Or he'll be on stalemate soon. So now he can play queen here for the instance, just it's a logical move trying to attack the pawn, going here, like trying to go like with the king and checkmate. It's a pretty logical move. But now we just check here, we go here, they go here, sorry, not we. So now we can simply get our queen, right? Yeah, which one should we take? A queen, right? Rook or bishop? Queen, better. So now he's going here, check here. Now we're simply going to play rook here. He's going to take the queen, obviously. So let him take, actually. That's a part of the variation. So now if he plays king here, he's pretty safe. But we still, yeah, let him play that. So now we go here. Remember what was the idea of black? They needed to go here, here. Oh, sorry, not there, not there. Oh, my arrows went wrong. So what they needed to do, they needed to go here, here, queen here, and simply checkmate. So obviously we don't let that happen. They do this. We give this check now with the queen. They go here. We give this check. Now he can't go anywhere. So does that mean this is a checkmate? No. He can take with his only last piece. That was best. This is not a checkmate. He can still move. But now we go to queen. I really want to give this guy some space to breathe, and I don't want to take all the pieces because otherwise he's simply going to be stalemated. So let's say he just plays continuously, but sometimes you want to move the pawns. Now the next move I'm gonna get a queen. Now the question is here. Should we A or promote it to a queen? The best thing to do is actually takes. Now we promote to the queen with check. And now he can only play this. And our next move is this. And now he has to play this. And now we need to play this move, which is check. Isn't mate. He can't move here. He can't move here. He can't move here. He can't move here. 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 It's a mate. So I hope you liked this video. If you did, make sure to like, share this video with your friends, and subscribe. I hope you enjoyed this video. See you in the next one.